Oh boy, why not a game at Gamestop? And so it seems fun. I guess it's time to open up the case and, well, put it in my Xbox. And there's no game. Okay, I mean, maybe they forgot. I'll test out this other game. You know, maybe it will have the game. And there's no game. Okay, I guess maybe a third time's a charm. This is just an IOU. And they told me that my pet goldfish died. Okay, I guess one more game. Oh yeah, there's actually a game in this one. And the game doesn't work. Yeah, has that ever happened to you? You get a game, pop it in your console, and it just doesn't work. That's happened loads of times. Half the time they even forgotten about the game. Yeah, so welcome back everyone. Yep, fact is right. I am doing the Gamestop video. It's a video that I've talked about wanting to do for quite a while actually, but I never did that. See, I don't keep my promises. I'm just like Sony. Now of course, obviously, there's a lot of issues with Gamestop and a lot of issues that I sorta do want to talk about. Obviously this is in no particular order, but this is in a particular order on why I don't like Gamestop anymore. If that doesn't make sense, then no, then nothing should make sense. Now, I've spoken a bit about GameStop in my top 10 game store issues, which I think came out like on the 30th or 31st. I think that was the first. I honestly don't remember. I usually write the dates down on my videos, but that just does not happen. Now, obviously, I want to really detail my issues with GameStop and really just show what I don't like about this company. Obviously, there's a lot I don't like about this company. For instance, now they exist. I think that's reason enough alone. Okay, people want me to go in more depth and to really talk about why I don't like this company and maybe crap on EA once or twice and then say something out of pocket that gets someone to DM me saying that they were not expecting me to say that, because that happened in the last video with the $5 in the the sexual comment I made about during the trade-ins. So of course, obviously, this is swept out all over under the rug, like what Sony is doing right now with physical game discs, and really just talk about GameStop and like catch my breath. Then show went on for like 3 minutes. That's my new record. Okay, so I don't like GameStop. The question is why? Why the hell do I not like probably the most going under company ever? Well, there's a lot of reasons, and I kind of keep forgetting I have good Kool-Aid that I could be drinking so it's Gatorade all the time. Random phrase that I would have just completely said, it was going to be proximity, I don't know why. Okay, jokes aside and randomness aside, yeah, I don't like GameStop for quite a few reasons. I've said this already before, but here's to really kind of get into that all nice and snug, which is everything that GameStop is against. So, I guess issue number one that I don't like about GameStop is the fact that, well, by the biggest reason is just the fact that their games just kind of suck now. Yeah, years ago, you would have be able to gone into a GameStop and actually find a bunch of shit that you want to play. Nowadays, it's either shit you have, shit you sold, or shit you don't want. Sometimes all free. Trust me, Skyrim, I have a very love-hate relationship with that game, and half the time I want to kick it down the stairs. Yeah, so going back to that. Yeah, GameStop used to have games. I mean, a decade back, you'd be able to find a ton of old games. You know, if you want to go play something on the 360, well, you're in luck. They have 360 games. And it's not just Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. You'd be able to find stuff like Nier, Halo, Left 4 Dead, Skyrim, Alice Madness Returns, Saints Row. You wouldn't have to go into a whole different account or order online and be probably paying a lot more just to be able to get one game that you may or may not play. It's happened before. Also, it's super nice when they actually had DS games and Mii games and all this other stuff. And, well, in 2022, they kind of got rid of everything because they just decided we just don't like money and we just don't want to have these games. They probably destroyed them all. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, it's GameStop and wouldn't be surprising if they did do that. And of course, there's a lot of other issues with that. And yeah, so it does suck going to GameStop now and not really being able to find anything worth picking up. Now, sure, sometimes there is something, but then there's also the chance it can get struck by lightning. Chances are that sounds more satisfying in various ways. And of course, yeah, I mean, I've gone to quite a few recent times, and there's been loads of times I've just been disappointed with this selection, because either it's just the same stuff that I already have, like, oh, I'm gonna go browse the PS4 section. Oh, there's Call of Duty, there's Grand Theft Auto, there's Cyberpunk, there's Skyrim, there's Yakuza, there's Mass Effect, there's Final Fantasy. Oh hey, there's Dark Souls. Oh hey, there's actually a game that I want to play this time. Oh yeah, there's Last of Us. Oh yeah, there's Metro. Yeah. And it kind of gets worse with the Xbox section because it's just... well, it's kind of nothing. I mean, it's not exactly nothing, but it's just... it's worse than nothing. It's boring. It's offensive. It's illegal. And all these other buzzwords that just can come to mind. It's slop. Actually, I think that's the best way to describe the Xbox section now, is that slop. But actually might be useful. I mean, if they're having like a buy 2 get 1 game free, yeah, you might sneak Assassin's Creed in there just so you can get a better game. That was mean. Assassin's Creed actually has use. I hear that last game was actually really good. I actually gotta get back into playing the games. I actually gotta review Rogue sometime. I wanted to. A few days before I did that Assassin's Creed free review. But getting off topic aside, which is my specialty these days, yeah, the Xbox selection for GameStop is just flat out disappointing. It's just filled with all sorts of games that just kind of don't really aren't that interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's your cards, your Borderlands, your Battlefields, but then there's a bunch of other shit that it's just like, who would play this? Like, I would not strap someone to a chair and force them to play these games because I'm not that sadistic. This is, like, half the shit that I'm finding in the Xbox section is the shit that you get for your kid because you forgot their birthday, or you forgot your wife's anniversary, or you forgot your husband's anniversary, or you forgot your partner's anniversary. We're inclusive here, we're counting everything. We're counting everyone. Or you're in a polyamorous relationship and you forgot everyone's anniversary and you have to go to GameStop to pick up a game just to make them happy. Or you forgot your kid's birthday and you just are that weekend dad and you're just gonna get them a game so they shut the hell up for the weekend. Storytelling. It's a lost virtue, like patience. But patience is more useless. Going back to ripping on GameStop's Microsoft selection, or whatever the hell it is now, yeah, it's bad. And straight up just disappointing. I would get more Xbox games, but the PlayStation selection is clearly the favorite child. It's like the child that gets all A's when the Xbox selection is the fuck up that's getting all F's and doing coke in the bathroom. You're a fucking disappointment and it'll never amount to anything but it'll join the army at the age of 19 and become one of those people that comes back, drinks beer in its garage, and complains about politics. That's what the Xbox selection is at GameStop, and that's what it will always be. God damn. So rant over. Other issues I have with GameStop is the Nintendo selection. What the fuck? How come half of the games have no covers? I mean, I get the Nintendo selection is, like, for kids. I mean, not gonna... Okay, I mean, I've seen more grown people shop at GameStop than anyone who is probably a minor. But, you know, it would be horrifying if there's adults who are not taking care of their games, which I've seen that, and that's a world I do not want to live in. Okay, so jokes aside, yeah, there's people who just don't flat out take care of the games, and it's just like, what the fuck? This copy of Super Mario Party Superstars is in a blank fucking case, with one of those generic GameStop printouts. This pisses me off because that game's like $40 fucking. Thanks, GameStop. That's, I really like being fucked every time I shop there. It's like being an EA customer, or Broncos fan, or Patriots fan, or being a Nintendo fan, or being a Sony fan again, or being a Rockstar fan, or just being a fan of anything in general. They all kind of get their days. Yeah, so Nintendo selection kind of sucks, because certain games don't have covers, and they also charge way too much for Nintendo games. Now, some people tell me, Nintendo cartridges are super difficult to produce. Yeah? And why the fuck is Mario Kart for Wii $50 goddamn? That's not fair. Why am I paying for, like, the exact same amount of money that the game was released at, like, almost 2 damn decades later? This is so unfair. But I guess that's capitalism for you. So going back to hitting on the Nintendo section, it's kind of bad. I mean, aside from Sony games not having covers, Sony games just, yeah, they're flat out way too expensive, which really makes collecting for Nintendo systems a bit of a hassle. Now, sure, sometimes you can take it, buy 2 get 1 free deal, or they sell the games for like 4 for $40 if they're under 20. But sometimes it doesn't work like that, because half of them are like above $30, so you're just not getting that deal. And it's just like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just go smack myself with the hot frying pan then. Thanks, GameStop. And of course, I'm gonna go kick the 360 collection real quick. I'm just gonna talk about the retro selection. It sucks. It's disappointing. It's an abomination to all things holy, and it probably supports EA. Yeah, the retro selection is kind of a kick in the balls, to be honest. I mean, the 360 selection, yeah, it's alright. Last time it was there, most of the games just did not have the covers, which, again, these games are like the unloved stepchild to me. It's like big on monster, thou must commit thousands somewhere else. I don't know. But yeah, most of the games is kinda, no covers. Or it's just stuff that you can easily find. It's like you're clearing out your son's game collection because he went to college or dropped out of college to pursue AI artwork or something. And so you're just going to GameStop and dumping all his shit. Yep, and half that stuff just winds up at GameStop for like $5. Which, sure, the retro selection is good when it comes to pricing. For the most part. And when I mean for the most part, I mean, if you only play Xbox and PlayStation, okay, yeah, you're kinda lucky. There are some PS2 games that are like $30, which is like, why the hell is this so much? Then, of course, there's the Nintendo selection. barely seen any NES or SNES stuff. I've seen stuff on Game Boy, the DS, 3DS, Wii, GameCube, and Wii U, and okay, yeah, there's a good selection, but at the same time, there's also really bad selection too. Oh, there's a bunch of sports games that no one wanted. Yeah, they'll take them. They don't take the ones that I wanted to sell like 2 years ago. I have it thrown in the trash because I don't want it. It's like living with the plague. You just don't want it being near you. And of course, there's other issues. Nintendo games are fucking expensive. Yeah, the Switch has a lot of issues. So does the Wii. Oh, you want that copy of Pokemon Soul Silver? Well, fuck you. Give me $100 for it. Oh, you don't want to pay that much for Soul Silver? Well, tough shit. Oh, what about the copy of Xenoblade? Well, fuck you. It's $50. Okay, I'll just go get... I guess I'll just go look at SMT4. And it's $60. And so's Devil Survivor 1 and 2. In fact, half of the Persona games are like $50 or more. Why? Okay, I guess I'll just go get a Deadpool game on PS4. Oh, and it's $80. Okay, what about the Simpsons game? And it's $50. This is why life sucks, it's because GameStop overcharges for everything. Then there's the PS3 selection. It's okay. I mean, I've seen some really good PS3 games over there. Again, PlayStation seems to be the favorite stepchild. While Xbox is just the kinda get the fuck out of my house when you turn 18 stepchild. GameStop does not love the Xbox. They treat it like it has the bubonic plague. So, I guess, I've spent like 17 minutes just complaining about the fucking Xbox and GameStop. What other issues are there at GameStop? Well, I'll get into that with a word from our sponsor. No, I'm kidding, I'm not sponsored. But honestly, I just want to take a quick moment to really thank people who do watch my channel. This is super amazing. I really do like these videos. I really do love making these videos. And I'm glad that I can, take a rant at GameStop at like 4 in the morning and crap all over the company. Almost 5 in the morning. Oh my god. And my cat's trying to eat at wires again. This is why my controllers won't charge, dude. You're an asshole. I love him though, even though he steals stuffed animals. Yeah, that's right, I'm shaming you online. Stay away from my stuffed animals, you homewrecker. So back to your regularly scheduled programming. What else is wrong with GameStop? Well, there's a lot of issues with GameStop, and I will of course talk about that with, their trading cards. GameStop scalps Pokemon cards. This kind of sucks, and my cat will not leave my charger alone. I swear to God, this cat is, like, genuinely getting on my nerves right now. So GameStop scalps Pokemon cards. This isn't surprising because they've been called out on that. But, yeah, it generally really sucks that they do this. In fact, I've actually fallen for GameStop scalping stuff before. There's the Pokemon Charizard set that came out a bit back, and I gotta find it real quick. Yeah, okay, so I found it. And, well, I can't find it now because, crap. Apparently there's a lot of them. Okay, so it's an ultra premium set, and if this website will load. God, I hate looking up stuff for Pokemon. They're not even giving me, the detail. They're not even giving me the price for this one. This is bullshit, to be honest. I just want to look up the price of it. Okay, so, oh my god, holy shit. Okay, so GameStop is now charging $249 for this. Back when I got it, they were charging $200 for it. And I gotta find, like, an actual price for this, because the Pokemon Center did not have a price for it, which kinda sucks. Goddamn, Walmart's overcharging for it too. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna have to look up what the original price was. You gotta be. Okay, they're saying that the MSRP was $30, which I don't think that's the right one. I am so sorry that this video is taking so long to do. Okay. It was $120 at launch. So GameStop, in their best wisdom, decided to add on another $80 fucking just for the set, and now they're selling it for $130 more, which, for me, like, that's bullshit. I don't care if this set was so... I don't care if this set's out of stock. What the hell is wrong with this company? This I'm actually a little upset about, because I did not know I overpaid for this until I saw on Twitter. And it's right with that I realized that, yeah, GameStop fucking scammed me, and that's bullshit. I think I was getting a little too loud. Okay, yeah. So, other issues I have with GameStop is, of course, well, the fact that they overcharge for Pokemon cards. This is kind of an issue, because GameStop is I guess it's I don't know the right word, but you can find Pokemon cards there. Like, you always at least will see Pokemon cards there. But yeah, so GameStop has been called out for jacking up the prices for various Pokemon cards, and it sucks because I remember with like some of the for the Prismatic Evolutions sets, GameStop they were raising up the prices for that one a lot, and I actually gotta find something real quick for that. And it's just baffling because the Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection, they're selling it for like $300. This was a set that I got for like $100, not even a bit back ago, which is just really shocking. And I want to look up the original price. Now, I don't really talk about the pricing for Pokemon cards, and that's just mostly because I really don't care. You know, I collect Pokemon cards because I want to collect Pokemon cards. I don't give a fuck about Pokemon cards because I want to sell them to make money from people who can't escape their childhoods, or fool dumbasses into paying $100 for a fucking Charizard card. Yeah, you can see what I don't like about scalpers. And I had to type in more. Yeah, and the Super Premium Collection, which is the one I was just talking about, and the one I own, that went for $90. Which, sure, that is a lot for Pokemon cards. But it is still fair because, okay, you're getting 15 booster packs, a full art promo card with a new Eevee EX, an EV deck box, a playmat, 65 card sleeves, and 1 code card. My god, wow. But yeah, I think that price is fair. I mean, you're getting 150 cards. Okay, 151 cards because of the even one. Now it'll probably be like a... God, I suck at math, but just we'll add 11, so 162. Because of just like another energy that they add, I think. But yeah, and just GameStop is overcharging for that, and it's really just stupid that they do that. And this was quite an issue that a lot of people had issues with GameStop, is because they kept doing that. And God, I've seen this with Perfect Order and Chaos Rising. Those sets, like the ETBs, are going for $100 now. These sets used to be $50. The Prismatic Evolution ETB launched at $50. Like that, and it has like a little over half the cards that the Ultra Premium set were launched with. And now they're charging like $8 for booster packs. $8. These used to be $4. And I know it's not just GameStop, this is such a huge issue because there's a bunch of idiots really just trying to flip Pokemon cards, which I will definitely say, I'm going to take a moment generally to just say fuck scalpers. I generally hope they lose everything. They suck so much. Scalpers generally ruin every hobby that they get into. Same thing with resellers and flippers. Personally, I think the only people who should be able to collect Pokemon cards are people who actually appreciate this series, and not because they want a quick payday. Those people can kind of just go fuck themselves, in my opinion. But yeah, GameStop has been getting a lot of hate for that. There's quite a few posts on Reddit, and it sucks more because they're selling cards for like a few dollars if they get PSA graded, which again, this shit is stupid. I personally lose respect for people who have nothing better to do than to collect cards because, oh my god, this card is super rare. That's a fucking Pikachu. You can open up any other Pokemon card pack and get a bunch of a fucking Pikachu. Why does it not matter? I mean, yeah, it's cool, but like, I'm not gonna pay $10 for this Pikachu when I can get that Pikachu for like $1. Why the fuck would I care about the expensive Pikachu? That shit's stupid. And there's more issues with GameStop. Obviously, there's the fact that they are just not really much of a game store anymore. Yeah, they've been getting criticized for this, and that's because, oh, you know, you go into GameStop, first thing you're going to see is a bunch of plushes. Now, I'm not shaming plushes. I love plushes. I have quite a few. I collect other merch too. I've gone some Hatsune Miku figurines. I've gone Transformers. I've gone manga. I've gone other merch at GameStop before. And what I will definitely say is I really do wish that they focused more on games. But they don't really seem to be focusing much on games at the moment, which kind of sucks. And it's deeply unfortunate because, well, in the town I live in, the only game stores are like an hour away. Like, there's one in like the city over, and I have to take the light bill for that one. And like, their selection is good, and they do have a lot of merch too, but their game selection is generally a lot better at GameStop's. Like, this is what GameStop should be. In fact, I felt like I was cheating on my GameStop because I went there. It literally felt like a breath of fresh air going to level 7 games and just seeing how much better they were. Not Game Force. Game Force is the shittier GameStop, to be honest, and that's saying something. And of course, I actually probably might do another video on Game Force sometime, you know, maybe. But yeah, so GameStop has a lot of issues, And one of the biggest issues there was of course them mostly focusing on other merchandise, which isn't a bad issue. It's just, can you guys just not have more games out, you know, out and about? Like, I've had to ask them multiple times if I could just take a look at the PS3 list, because half the shit that I wanted to see was locked up in drawers, and it's just like, it's like, could you guys just not have them, could you guys just not have the cases out, like, please, because, like, hey, more people would probably get these games if they actually fucking knew which games were there, instead of it just being fucking Uncharted or fucking Halo all the time. That's what pisses me off, is that, oh, I want to go look at Xbox games. Oh, it's just fucking Halo for the 5th fucking time this week. Sorry for the swearing. I normally don't swear in my posts, but yeah, my bad for the swearing. Also taking a quick break to pet my cat and get something to drink. Stay hydrated. Seriously, please do. This is not a joke. I know if you're in the... my cat's activated. So, if you're in the United States, or... okay, if you're in, like, the Northern Hemisphere, definitely stay cool. You know? Like, because I do worry about some people. I do know it is getting to be 100 degrees for some folk. I mean, it was 90 for me, like, nearly all day. And it's gonna be, like, it's literally, oh my god, it's, like, gonna be in the hundreds again. Holy shit. I just realized that. That's kind of... It's, like, literally going to be 100 degrees, like, today and Monday, which is just absolutely horrifying to know. So, get some water, people. Or just stay cool. I also love Gatorade. Gatorade's really cool. So, other issues GameStop has. Low trade-in values. I've talked about this one on my previous video on the Mothman effect. I hopefully can try linking that one at the end of this video. But GameStop's trade-in value sucks. It really does. I mean, for example, some new games, yeah, you'll just get like 10 cents for them. The trade-in value for a lot of games generally does suck. Especially if it's something like Call of Duty or a sports title. And that's just because, yeah, they just... I don't know why they don't, trade in as well. Apparently it's because of massive supply and such. Okay, but that still sucks because, I mean, there's always going to be demand for games, but yeah, that really does suck because it's like, well, if you don't want a game, or if, like, or if you need to sell off a few games for some quick cash, yeah, they kind of fuck you over on the trade-in value. This happened to me a bit ago because I had to pay off a clinic bill for my HOD meds, and I had to sell off a few games just to help with that. I kept getting fucked over on the trade-in value, and it really fucking sucks, to be honest. Like, honestly, I would have sold this shit on eBay if I actually had more time. That's what I feel like people should do. Fuck GameStop, just sell your shit on eBay, because then you can actually make the prices. It just pisses me off because they always lowball people on game prices. Even for fucking Switch 2 games. A brand new console is barely even a year old and they have the shittiest trade-in values. Same for Switch stuff. But then they'll go sell for like 4 times the price because GameStop. This company sucks ass. And I've heard a lot of people complain about the trade-in value, and I'm sure a lot of people will still complain about that. Not to mention, they can only do so much in cash in one transaction, which just kind of suck. Not to mention, it also gets super low. And, like, yeah, you get less cash than you get store credit. Now, sure, store credit, yeah, it's usually not a bad thing, because, hey, you can always usually find one or two things you want at GameStop. Or you could save it. Normally, I would save it for pre-orders. But, yeah, it still kind of sucked, to be honest. Then, I'm trying to think of, like, other stuff I had an issue with. I mean, I've covered poor stock and, I mean, most of this was just talking about, most of this was just talking about some of the game store issues, but, I guess our issues is broken games. I've gotten plenty of broken and damaged games from GameStop, and it generally does piss me off so much. I've talked about some of the broken games I got yesterday, but other broken games I got were Far Cry 4, Call of Duty 2, 2 Grand Theft Autos, Assassin's Creed Origins, Far Cry New Dawn. I know I had a copy of Yakuza 3 or 4 that wouldn't have read because they had a bunch of fingerprints on them, which, like, they always make it, like, they always check the games when they sell them. So why are they always covered in fingerprints? You guys just, like, it just pisses me off. Because, like, there's numerous times that, like, yeah, it'll just check the game. I gotta find a game real quick. I'm gonna take my copy of Nickelodeon Kart Racers. That those open case. Take one look at the case. Well, disc. And this one has fingerprints. Thanks, GameStop. Really happy about that. Or to just, like, have the fingers touching the backside of the disc. And it's just like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I don't want a broken game. You know? So this is kind of annoying. Or if it's obvious that the game is completely broken. Which they've actually taken broken games. I've actually tested out before. Which is kind of sad that that poor telling games. But there's been games that I've gone that would just flat out not work, or they had a crack in them, or the disc, or the case was damaged, or they're not complete in box, which sure, they don't promise it being complete in box, but it's like, in my opinion, they should not take games that do not have the original case. Even though I've kind of sold a few of my Call of Duties because I do not want to have duplicates when I got this duplicate. Also, bless you, Kitty Cat. Yeah, other issues with fake games. Yeah, they've gotten accused of selling fake games. They've sold fake merchandise too. Some of the Switch controllers are third party, and I've seen other third party controllers there too, which is just generally disgusting because it's like, okay, I'm paying for quality, which is something that GameStop does not know anymore, which is kind of sad. So there's a bunch of other GameStop issues, such as poor treatment of staff. I've heard plenty of people who've just been ripped to fucking shreds because they work there. Yeah, I've been on the GameStop subreddit, and I had a friend who worked at GameStop, and he said it was one of the most miserable experiences he's had. Not to mention, there's also the fact that, well, they're kind of also struggling to adapt to the digital age. Corporate pressure sucks. Low pay, and kind of probably a bunch of other stuff. But most of this was actually my issues with GameStop. And honestly, I don't really think I want to really support this company as much. Oh, actually, there's another issue. Misleading price tags, the website sucking, and selling open games as new. So before I quit off with that, yeah, it pisses me off. They will gut open games and sell them as new. Keep them behind the desk. I'm sorry, but I want to open that game. I don't. Not to mention, there's also some new games that just don't even have the case. I've seen that with one of the Trills games, and it's horrendous. And like, I'm sorry, in any other storefront, open would not mean new. And it's really stupid that they do this. Not to mention, you can't return new games. So if you don't like a game, you're just gonna have to trade it in, which you don't get as much. So you lose money, which is annoying. Not to mention, the price tags also kind of suck. There's been times that they've forgotten to update a price tag. I want to buy a game. It was on sale for $19. Oh, no, it's $50. Well, fuck, thanks. Just gonna have the sticker like that? Thanks for fucking jacking me off. If I want that to happen, I'd still be supporting Sony. At least Sony takes me out to dinner first before they fuck me. Not to mention, there's also their store. Well, their online store. It sucks. It sucks so much that I cannot even make any bad jokes about it. Their store sucks so much that it's straight up frustrating to use. Even though I've been a pro member, it did not recognize my email, which is just kind of like, what the hell. And the one time I did try to order something on the store, it took forever to arrive, and I've had plenty of horror stories about stuff arriving damaged or without the case, or just severely fucked up beyond repair. Thanks GameStop, average quality experience should be the tagline. Not to mention, there's falling and missing items. Yeah, I've had numerous times when I forgot the disc for a game, or they forgot something, or they forgot to give me my receipt, or they forgot to give me a code, or whatever. One time, I got Halo. Well, Halo 2. It was the deluxe edition. They gave me the special features DVD. They did not give me the game. I had to go all the way back, just like a 30-minute walk, the next day, just to get replaced. And there's always a chance that, yeah, we might not have it. Well, fucking thanks. They did this with Fallout once. I got the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, we don't have the DLC, but we're still gonna charge you for the whole game. Same with Borderlands. Where the fuck is the pre-sequel? What the hell? Like, why are you guys taking in games that don't have all the discs? How fucking stupid are these employees that they cannot fucking tell what the game's supposed to come with? It's supposed to say, I think the game disc and like DLC disc. But it's not that difficult to understand. Not to mention is the fact that they passed it about the pro membership. You don't want to get a pro membership? Well, fuck you. I hope a volcano erupts in your house. Yeah, every fucking time. Every time I'm going there, there's a fucking pre-order. There's a fucking pro membership that it's like, no. I don't want it. There's no reason to be a pro anymore because I fucking took everything away. They're just like Sony. They take all the good things away, expect you to still support them. In fact, honestly, I think I'd rather support Sony. At least Sony fucks their customers politely. This video is 100% getting demonetized. I'm not monetized, but I wanted to make that joke. But, yeah, GameStop's pro memberships kind of suck. Especially now. The $5 monthly, gone. The points, gone. You have to redeem coupons from the GameStop app, which, keep in mind, it will not let me, because my account was originally tied to my brother-in-law's. I have to get his email in order to transfer the points to my account. And it's like, I don't want to bother him because it's such a nothing issue, but I'm just really steamed at GameStop and very disappointed with how they've handled this, and it's just straight up disappointing. I also witnessed a robbery at GameStop once. No one had guns, but a bunch of guys ran off with like headphones, which really did suck, because the guy working there that night was actually super cool. His name was Zach. Unfortunately, he's not with them anymore, so it was kind of disappointing. But yeah, they just do so much just to make the pro membership not worth getting anymore. You know, like the monthly coupons are just gone. The points require an app to use, and like it's like those were the only reasons why I wanted to be a pro member. Like, other than that, oh yeah, I get discounts. Oh yeah, I get like 10 cents off a game. Oh, I can get more Pokemon cards. I'm not buying like 4 ETBs. I'm only usually getting 1. There's literally no reason to be a pro member at GameStop anymore. Not to mention, and there's pre-orders disappointments, which a lot of people have been very disappointed about that. I've heard a lot of people complain about how their pre-orders have been gone. And yeah, I've almost had this happen a few times, I think. Not to mention this horrible customer support. And I actually want to find something else. Mostly just Googling stuff and really talk about my own experience. Not to mention, then there's the warranties. Every game has to be protected. Okay, I just got this new game. Want to protect it? Fuck no, because this game should work. It's, an open game, but labeled as new. At least it did work, but it's like, why do I want to get a warranty for a game that should work? Like, sorry, I should not have to get warranties because the game should work. And it's bullshit when it doesn't. Not to mention, some of the training values suck. Yeah, which, they've literally rejected games that I've gotten from there because they were too damaged. It's like, my brother in Christ, you sold these games to me already. Of course, then there's the customers. Yeah, I'm not gonna rant about GameStop on this one, but certain customers who do shop there are just kind of assholes. I've run into my fair share of asshole customers. I never worked there, but I've gone pretty friendly with some of its staff over the years, and it generally does suck with how much assholes they run into. But back to hating on the company, they fire all the cool guys. I was friends with a few GameStop employees, and it really does suck that they really just fire half of them. Like, not even a few weeks ago, this guy I was chatting with, yeah, he got fired, and his coworker left because they fired him. And it's like, I generally do not have much reason to go to this store anymore because all the cool people left. Yeah, that's actually about really all the things I can find to hate on GameStop. Yeah, there's a bunch of other customer complaints, but, this is like a 58-minute rant about just me shitting on GameStop and how much I hate them. I got a bunch of swearing, too. I also apologize if, anyone's watching this in public and I start swearing. But, I guess one of my final thoughts on GameStop, and what really made them so interesting in the first place. Well, honestly, what really made them interesting is that the gamers had power. You could go to GameStop and you could always get something over there. There's always some new game to find. There's always friendly staff. There's always new memories to make. And sure, when they started bringing in other merchandise, that was an issue because hey, you could get games and you could get other merchandise too. When they started selling Pokemon cards, that was like one of the best things that they could have done. I'd get a few games, I'd get Pokemon cards too. I was so happy. But nowadays, not really. Not really. I mean, yeah, there's been some games that I've gotten, but to be honest, it's been a bit since I really found it. I mean, I know I've recently found some games, like I got L.A. Noire and the Crisis trilogy, but before that, I don't remember the last game that, actually no, never mind, I do remember the last game, but they overcharged for it. But there's been plenty of games that have been fun to get, but the GameStop that I went to back in 2022 and earlier is not the same GameStop as it is now. And sure, I do like collecting Pokemon cards. I have gone to the last few Midnight releases, and I've been super happy to get the new promo cards. But to be honest, GameStop's just really going downhill, and it's kind of sad. And with how they treat some of the staff, it's definitely sad being able to go there, because there's people that I've knew for over a year or even 2 years, and I've gotten super close to them. Like, it wasn't always just about going to the games, it was the experience. I mean, I'd be at GameStop and I would just be chatting with one of the employees. Like, I had two friends over there, Zach and Jake. Both of them were super cool. We'd always be talking about games. It wasn't like oh, they're being friendly because they're being paid. No, these are people who genuinely were on a good level with each other and were friends. And I found some really interesting games from these guys. I found some games that I would have never played before because they recommended it. They recommended them. These are true gamers. But now they're just gone, and it really just sucks. And it sucks because some of them just got treated awfully by the company. And even without the limited games, it's just the fact that they started overcharging for a lot of stuff too really does suck. I mean, I just, if you want to go back and get into retro stuff, you're just kind of screwed because just best of luck with that. Like, seriously. You're gonna need luck to be able to get some of these games. And that's the sad thing. If you want Pokemon, if you want any Pokemon game prior to the Switch, you're gonna have to fork out a lot of money. Or if it's the same thing with any 3DS game. And it's just such a shame. I remember a few years ago, I'd be able to find a bunch of Xbox games that I never would have seen before on the 360. It was the same on the Xbox One Series X, and the same with the PS3. I mean, like, one of my all-time favorite games, Blue Reflection, I've only seen one copy of. And I'm glad I took that chance because I found one of the best games. I've gone into Persona. Like, 2022 was one of the best times I've ever had when it came to GameStop. And that was because I found so many wonderful games. And nowadays, I do find some wonderful games. But it's just not as it once was. It just feels like a shadow of its former self. And it's really just unfortunate with what happened. And, I mean, I could go back. I could wish for the past to, uh, I can wish, I can go back and wish for the past to be different, but that's just, not gonna happen. And I think what is just gonna happen is that sooner or later, GameStop probably just might eventually stop not selling games anymore. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising, considering considering how some of their other merchandise has been going. But it really does hurt to see, and I know some people are like, oh, it's a company, you shouldn't be feeling that bad about that. But as someone who really did appreciate the art of games, it really does suck not being able to. It really did suck not being able to find as many good games anymore. Because, oh my god, Pokemon is really short. I'm literally 25% done with the main story. Holy shit. Okay, back to the heartwarming moment I just ruined. But going back to all that, the GameStop that I once knew was pretty good. And it is really sad that they aren't like that anymore. Certain the games that I found years back aren't really there anymore. And I'm actually really sad about that. I feel like GameStop could have done a lot better, but they just really don't. Which is just unfortunate. And I just feel that I just really feel like it could have been a lot better. But unfortunately, time will really tell whether or not GameStop does get better. I know this video is sort of ending on a bit of a sad note, but I just figured that I should really have made this video and really just kind of give my thoughts on really just about how bad GameStop has been getting. I don't want to just make negative videos about GameStop, but it's just hard not to. And it really does suck with how they have gone. I don't know if I'm gonna do another GameStop video. I'm gonna be talking about my issues. I've thought about giving my opinions, but more opinions on them. But man, to be honest, I really don't know what else I can say about them. So, if you watched this far, honestly, thank you so much for watching. Like usual, I really do appreciate everyone who does tune in for these videos, and I really do enjoy making these videos. I know this was one of my longer videos. Like, generally, I think this is my longest non-gameplay video, but I think it's a lot, really, that I had to say about GameStop. And yeah, I'm happy and I got to really talk about this. I'll probably do the best experiences I've had, probably the best games I found at GameStop, but I think for now, I'm gonna head off to bed. It's getting late for me. But before I do go, I just want to say thank you all. Like, seriously, thank you all for making this channel so fun to upload on. I really do appreciate everyone. You know, I know there's folk that, they'll just watch the videos, and that's perfectly fine. I really do appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone who comments on this, who likes it, who shares it. I love everyone who really does support my channel. And again, even if they just watch these videos, I still deeply am appreciative. I'm really happy with the audience that I found on YouTube. I'm happy that I can make an hour-long video about how much I hate GameStop, and I get to really still chat about this. And I'm really just super glad that I've been able to do this. Like, seriously, I really do appreciate everyone who watches my videos, and I always have. I do feel like I do a poor job at showing appreciation sometimes, but I do want everyone to know who does watch my videos that I really do appreciate everything. I've been doing this for, I think, 6.5 years at this point, and it's like, wow, 6.5 years ago, I would have been too shy to speak. So it's just the fact I'm saying this now really just shows how far I've come. And I've met a tremendous audience, and I'm going to keep meeting new people. So before I really do leave off this video, I do want to give another quick thank you. I'm just going to say a lot, because everyone deserves a huge thanks. Obviously, I could be like, hey, I'm hiring out the video. Yeah, I feel like that's, like, not the issue. But I'm going to head off to bed. I had fun recording this video. I do have other videos planned for the future. But in the meantime, I'm going to peace out. Take care, everyone. Stay cool during this time. And thank you all for watching. Peace out.